hold on, y'all. First, she said the way for her to stay in the light is for her to know what the lower energy is like. Is that her way of saying that she has to know what to do to know what not to do? Hmm. She said if she has to stay in the light, she almost loses interest. I told y'all that we have light workers and we have shadow workers. And I told y'all, I told y'all, the light always prevails. Always. It's going to always prevail. But that's interesting. She said if she had to stay in the light, she would lose interest. Wow. Wow. Yep. Okay. So I'm sitting here listening to. I tell y'all really do give me. Y'all really do give me. I'm sitting here like all the things that I've seen. All the things that I've seen is interesting. And the stuff that I've heard people say is so interesting. This is what I know about people with high anxiety. There's always something that they do that will let me know when their nerve is struck. When you're striking a nerve, there's always something that they will do, whether verbally or non-verbally. There's always something that they will do, and I will pick up on it. Even if your untrained eye never sees it, there's always something they will do when they're anxious. If you struggle with comments, like if comments, you don't want people leaving comments on your pages because the comment may not be favorable to you. Mm. That means that you're sensitive to words. That's what that means. You're sensitive to words. You're sensitive to words. And what that also means is if you are a predominantly left-brained person, you tend to go to the negative first. That's what you do. You tend to go to the negative first with what someone says. You do this with everybody, but you are especially on guard with people you don't know. Because you are sensitive to words. That's what that means. You're sensitive to words. And it's okay to be sensitive to words. But why not just take the comments away so you don't have to read anyone's comments? It's like you you want it your way all the time. Where it's like you understand criticism. You can't accept criticism. That is different. Because if you get 5 or 6 positive comments, but then you get a comment that you are not resonating with, or you may feel you don't like, or you may feel like it may be confusing, it may be something you don't want associated with your page or your channel. So you delete it. But you'll leave all the other comments up. That's a person who don't like to be critiqued. And I'm going to just say critique for the sake of having to say all the different variations of what could happen, of what the person is saying or trying to say. I'm just going to say that. Critiquing. Because that's a form of critiquing when people leave comments on your page. It's supposed to give the owner of the channel an understanding of what the viewer may have gotten from their video. So people like this have trouble accepting negativity, even if they're being negative on their video. Even if someone may have taken something they said negative, they have a problem with people leaving negative comments on their channel. It's so interesting. So, and that's also hypocritical, because it's like if we watch your video, we will have our opinion because you're giving your opinion. We will have our opinion about your video. Overall, the video may not be bad. But if it's something that's resonated with someone, whether it's negative or positive in your video, and they leave you a comment or something like that, emphasizing a feeling about your video or regarding you, I don't understand why you can't accept the positive and the negative. You just can't accept it. Not if you are deleting comments that you think are disrespectful. Somebody else may think they're just critiquing you or your video. They're just leaving what they think about your video or what you said or you. Because all of that is for viewing. All of that you have presented to the public. So let me get this straight. In your video that you're putting out to the public that everybody can see, you're not going to have an audience of just all supporters with a video like that. So likewise, the comments that are going to come into your videos or in reference to your videos may not all be favorable. I mean, what do you expect when you're on a public platform speaking to the public? I know you're not expecting everybody who supports your channel to agree with you, because there are many people who are able to support a channel but not agree with everything, but some things, and that's okay. I'm not going to, if someone, and they have, some people have wrote comments. Some comments I'm like, what? Why would you didn't even have to write a comment. If you felt that way, why would you even leave a comment? Just never come back to this page. But you watched it. You sat and you watched it. Simply to leave that comment. I mean, don't even watch it. But what I didn't do is delete the comment. For what? That's how that person felt. I'm not coming out here looking for everybody to resonate with everything that I say. They're not going to, because they're not me. That would be insane to me, to think that everybody's going to know. If they choose to leave a comment, okay. If they don't leave a comment, that's fine too. I would appreciate them supporting other ways if they want to support my channel, but they don't have to leave a comment. And even if they do, I respect their opinion. I have my own as well. I don't try to hurt people with what I say. I just let them know, okay, I understand your opinion or how you feel. Because it's okay for them to have a separate opinion. Why are you taking offense to it is the problem. Like, when you knew you were talking to the public, and this is not a private setting, you knew you were talking to the public, and everybody in the public is not going to agree with everything you say. You have, I know you have to know that before you even start making videos on a public platform. You telling people to be respectful like they understand what your understanding of respect is. Everybody has a general understanding. Generally, people can tell when disrespect is happening. But exactly as far as specifying your respect, we don't know that. We don't know what your understanding of respect is. You tell somebody not to leave in the comments just to be respectful. Just be respectful, right? Everybody's not going to know what respect is to you. But you can meet them where they are. Nonetheless, you will have these type of people who will absolutely delete your comments from their pages. They will scour through all of those comments and delete negative comments. Who wants to go through a channel? Let me say it a different way. If I was going through someone's channel and I was going to leave a comment, and I noticed that all the comments on this person's channel are positive, or they're showing support and all this other stuff, that's cool. I'm sure that's what people want to read. But how humble do we know you are if you have no comments on here? Because everybody that watches you do not agree with you. That's what I can tell you. And then another thing, if you've been to somebody's channel and you watched the video and you know that you made a comment on this person's particular video before, and you saw the comments that were on that video before yours, or right next to yours, and then all of a sudden there's a comment gone. You read it and now that comment is gone. It's no longer there. So now you know that this person's on his or her channel, they delete comments. So this person doesn't like to be critiqued. This person cannot accept their own they can't accept being critiqued. I'm gonna leave it at that. They can't accept that. They cannot accept that. It's like, and there's people I done seen on here, they look paranoid. Really, when they talk, they look paranoid because they're so in their head about every little thing. It's hard for them to get it out. Hard for them to get it out. That's just interesting. But you don't get to tell people not to offer help, but wait for you to ask for help. She's saying you don't need to offer help. You should just wait until a person asks you for help. Interesting. Oh my gosh. I just heard a so-called light worker say that for her, working in the light is boring. It gets boring. I'm going to rewind and make sure I heard that. I'm gonna play it again. I can't believe people are on here complaining about people leaving comments on their page. Why the fuck do you have a YouTube channel and you make such a big deal out of somebody making a comment on your page? So much so that you have the audacity to say, why even say anything? Why not just leave? They have the choice to do either one. You're giving them the choice to do either one because you leave your comments open for anybody to reply. So the problem is, she's not one of the ones that's replying with a comment you want to read. That's the problem. Or whoever's writing, because I don't know. But if you are a content creator and you're complaining that, you don't understand why someone looked at your video and decided to comment instead of just leaving. Why did they need to say that? Don't you ask for comments in your videos? Don't you tell people to comment about what they think? Give their opinions? Ask questions? You're telling your viewers to do this. And then they're doing it. But you only have a problem with select comments. And then have the nerve to say, why did they have to leave that comment? Why couldn't they just leave? Because maybe they support you, just not the message. I mean, it could be that way too. I mean, I just don't understand this way of thinking. If you're going to be this sensitive, because these type of people are really sensitive to words. Remember what they taught us when we were growing up? That words don't hurt. That words can't hurt you. That was a lie. One of the many lies that they told, they spun and all this other shit. That was a lie. Words do hurt. Look how fast your ass will end up in the damn court case with that black and white. Words do hurt. And these people who are making a big deal about the comments and erasing comments, deleting comments because they don't want what they perceive as negative comments on their page or not respectful. These people are sensitive to words. That means that they are sensitive to critiquing, but they have a public channel. Some of them are so sensitive that they cannot stand to see anything negative on their channel. Anything that goes against, anything that's not well received from their channel. They cannot handle it. How interesting. But yet they can sit on here and make whatever comments and critique with whoever and however they want to about somebody else. All I can say is, like I said earlier, if you are somebody that resonates with these types of channels, chances are our energy will not. Hell no. I will be questioning you whether or not your discernment is working, whether or not your heart and your mind speak as one. Because if it does not, I will not deal with you. And to make a comment like, oh, there's some light workers that can spend their time in seclusion from people, around people, and just being to themselves. And they meditate often and stuff like that. And they decide to do their healing in in the more what's the word I'm looking for? Basically, they decide to do it outside of everyone else, independent of anyone else. And she's saying how she could not do that. It's interesting that a so-called light worker is speaking this way about working in the light. She said it gets boring. Interesting. I don't think I've ever heard that from a light worker.